Hello and happy Saturday, everyone. This is Ruby D, the Goddess Entrepreneur, soul speaker, energy therapist, chakra expert, and author of the Goddess Grind book series focused on you becoming the best version of you mentally, emotionally, and energetically in order to manifest success personally as well as professionally. And today, I wanted to discuss energy, health, and wellness and the chakras. And of course, if you've read my description, I will be discussing very briefly the chakras, what an energy therapist does, or what it is that I do, and the importance of understanding why seeing an energy therapist and being aware of how your energy body affects you is important. Hey, Latasha, thank you for listening in. Real quick, for my replay listeners, please just comment below so I can thank you for tuning in later. But with discussing the chakras, energy therapy, and the importance of knowing what these two things are, of course, if you have been following me for some time, you know that I am a chakra expert. You know I've written several books on the topic. You know that pretty much everything that I do as far as chakra consultations, speaking engagements, my radio show, everything is basically centered around me educating people about the chakras and sharing information about it. The reason I do this, hey Nina, thank you for listening in. Please be sure to share this. But the reason I discuss the chakras so much is because when I share part of my story, which that part being, of course, about 10 years ago when I was working for corporate America, of course, my background is in customer service. And if you ever worked in customer service, you know how mentally and emotionally draining that can be. And if you've worked in that field for any length of time, then yes, I highly recommend that you take a break from it. Because talking with people on the phone and coming across so many different energies throughout the day, it's ridiculous. And you can only get cussed out so many times before you like, you know what? I need a break from y'all people. But during that time and I was working in that field, I was dealing with depression. And over the years with dealing with the depression, I had to end up taking time off work twice for extended periods of time. I've been on medication to deal with the depression. Of course, I was seeing a therapist. And even after I stopped taking the medication, after I stopped speaking to the therapist, I was still dealing with depression, the stress that comes from it, the way it affected me personally, the way it affected me professionally, the way it was affecting my personal relationships, the way it was affecting my intimate relationships during that particular period of time. And pretty much when I got to the point where I was just like, hey, enough is enough. I'm tired of coping. And I decided to choose healing over coping. One of the main things that helped me through getting over the depression and actually healing myself and curing myself from depression was learning about the chakras, learning how to utilize the chakras in order to become a healthier individual, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and energetically, and become more in tune with myself. So as I move forward in life, I am no longer triggered by things that triggered me in the past. So because I know how beneficial or how impactful this information has been for me in my life at that particular point, I decided that I needed to share this information with other people. So pretty much everything that I do has to do with me talking about the chakras to some degree. Trust me. I do master classes. I do consultations. Hey, Queen. Hey, Persia. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Sharonda. Thank you all for listening in. But with my like I said, with master classes, speaking, events, anything that I do, I talk about the chakras. And of course, with researching the chakras and learning all of these different things. And I'm actually still learning to this day, but it's just that over the 5+ years that I've been studying the chakras, I have learned so much. And it never ends. It never ends. But with working with the chakras, of course, I was wanting to research types of holistic therapies that would assist me in assisting my clients in helping them to balance their chakras as well. So, of course, some things that I've come across that I do now, I am a Reiki master, and I'm a master in a few different types of Reiki, including crystal Reiki as well as rainbow Reiki. And I chose those things because they are what was most associated with the chakras, or more complementary to the type of niche or focus that I deal with. Gilda, we can reach out to me, send me a message and we can talk about it. Yeah, send me a message and we can definitely look into that. And actually, I'll post the link for everybody to take the free chakra test to get a visual idea of where you are energetically. But also, I'm certified in color therapy and rational emotive behavioral therapy. So those things are what's most associated, or that I find most beneficial for me in talking about the chakras and working with clients. And because of that, in those areas of expertise, I consider myself an energy therapist. And pretty much with me working in energy therapy, my purpose is to focus on, one, helping and guiding you not only to learn about what your chakras are and what the chakra system is, but also how it affects you. Not just how it affects you sometimes, but pretty much our chakras are constantly, we are constantly utilizing our chakras on a daily basis, pretty much every moment of our life, in every area of our life. And I think because there's not a lot of people that really focus on teaching and showing others how imbalances in your chakras can affect you daily on a regular basis, not only personally, but when it comes to your personal, your intimate relationships, your professional relationships, the relationship that you have with your children, the relationship that you have with money. Because people don't make these practical connections for you, then we don't truly understand the importance of knowing this information and how it's going to be beneficial for us to learn it and really be familiar with our energy body. So as an energy therapist, that's one of the main things that I do. In addition to that, for individuals that are dealing with any type of mental illness, we all know that when we experience any type of traumatic event, it doesn't just affect us mentally. It affects us emotionally. It affects us spiritually, and it affects us energetically. And sometimes just us focusing on the mental aspect of it, that keeps us within this coping zone where we're pretty much just utilizing coping mechanisms to deal with the mental and sometimes emotional pieces of whatever traumatic experience or, triggers that we're dealing with, but we never address the energetic effects that have come as a result of whatever it is that we've experienced. And if you know anything about energy, you know that energy is everything. And if you never address energy from people around you or from past experiences or anything, it can continue to affect you in ways that you just have no idea about. And you won't have any idea about it until it's pointed out to you and there's a direct connection made between that event and what's currently going on in your life or what you're currently dealing with. And if you never know that this connection exists, then you have no idea what it is that you need to work on. We have to start looking at wanting to end generational curses and stop continuing the same cycles as more than just a mental thing. It's not just mental, it's multidimensional. It's mental, it's emotional, it's spiritual, it's energetic, and it's physical. So we have to start taking all of that into consideration. And this is why it is important for me to always talk about the chakras, to always continue to use my platforms and my social media pages to share this information with individuals, to be open to answering questions and providing correct information. Chakras have nothing to do with occultism. It's not negative. It has nothing to do with specific religions. Just like everybody has an immune system, just like everybody has a respiratory system, everybody has a chakra system. It doesn't matter your sex, your ethnicity, your sexual orientation. It doesn't matter about any of that. Babies have a chakra system. Children, this is not something that you just develop because you become an adult and you start having bills and stuff like that. No. And that's why I use my platform, like I said, to share this information with you all. That's why I'm talking about this information now, so you all have a better understanding about the chakras, about energy therapy, about the importance of knowing this information and being open to it. Thank you, Dwight. I appreciate you. Hey, Latanya. Hey, Melody. I'm trying to speak to everybody and talk, but not make this too long. Thank you, Gilda. She says, very true, but what about bad energy that is surrounding you, like your work environment? Also includes talking on the phone. I know it's affecting me. That is why I'm trying to be in another environment, away from the bad, negative energy and off the phones. I instantly have a bad feeling when going to work. Girl, I was in the same place. Before I even walked in the building, I was having migraines and headaches, and this is how serious it was for me. I was having migraines consistently every single day. I kept a large box of goody powders or BC powders, knowing good and well it wasn't good for my stomach or for my body, period. But in order for me to try and continue to do this job, of course, because I had bills, that is what I had to take in order to be able to get through an 8-hour shift at work. But yes, definitely with chakras and energy, there's good energy and of course there's bad energy. And learning to balance your chakras and becoming familiar with your energy body, you start looking at life completely different. You start treating yourself completely different. You start putting yourself first. And when you know exactly what your energy body feels like, then you're able to feel those negative energies around you. You're able to protect your energy, and you're able to keep yourself from absorbing negative energy that doesn't belong to you. And trust me, when I was working, I did not know this, and I didn't know any of this at all. So, of course, working in a call center with all these different people that got all these different issues going on and all these different mindsets, you got energy everywhere. And then it's not just even in call centers, but just at any job, period. You could be sitting at home doing absolutely nothing and you still have people, around you in your neighborhood dealing with things and giving off bad energy. It's just that you have to get to the point where you become so familiar with yours and become so in tune with yourself that you're willing to do whatever it is that it takes to protect your energy, to protect your happy place, to always, I know a lot of people like to say positive vibes only. It's not that we just walk around just happy-go-lucky all the time and we don't deal with life. It's just that we understand that positive energy is more beneficial for us than negative energy. Life still happens whether you balance or not. It doesn't matter. It still happens and you still learn to deal with it, but you learn to deal with it more effectively to where it doesn't trigger certain things within you. And it doesn't drag you down and stress you out to the point where it's now physically you're sick. Your immune system is weaker. So now you're more susceptible to everything else that surrounds you. But yeah, I don't want to talk too much. But I really just wanted to do this live audio to just discuss the chakras a little bit, talk about what I do as an energy therapist and why I do it and why I feel it's important for me to share this information. This is my purpose and I live in it every single day. unapologetically. And that's what I do. So if anybody, I burn my sage when I feel it, but can't, of course, at work. But I am trying to protect what I allow in my ear so I don't trigger. Girl, get you some crystals. Get you some, hey, Allison, get you some black tourmaline. And carry it around with you. There are certain crystals that are associated with protecting and clearing energy. So look that up. I'll make a few suggestions for you, but always keep them with you, and that helps whenever you can't, carry the sage around. If anything, also, since you can't burn the sage, find a spray like it's pretty much like a body, I don't want to say a body spray, but like a mist where you can just spray in your area. And I'm pretty sure you can get it in different scents, but if you can't get it in different scents, of course you can add a few drops of your favorite essential oil, so it'll still smell good, because we know how sage can smell when you just burning it. But get you like a sage mist of some sort and carry it around with you. Keep it in the car, keep it in your purse, wherever you need it, you'll be able to use it. But y'all, I'm going to cut this short. I'm not going to make this too long because I'm pretty sure I've been on here too long already. But it has been my pleasure to speak with you all about chakras, energy therapy, and the importance of knowing this information. You can definitely catch me online at www.thegoddessgrind.com if you want to purchase my books, if you want to schedule a consultation. Exactly. That's exactly what it smells like. Yes, get you like a mist and put a few drops of essential oil in there to help with the scent. But if you want to schedule a consultation, purchase a book or anything like that, www.thegoddessgrind. I am Ruby D, the Goddess Entrepreneur, Soul Speaker, energy therapist, chakra expert, and author of the Goddess Grind book series. And I am reminding you to meditate, hustle, and flow on your journey to becoming the best version of you mentally, emotionally, and energetically. Peace.